if Anaya fan base send me more threats, it's up. Just know that.
Stop.
And we're behind her. Okay?
We're behind her. We don't hate Anaya.
Hey, I'm Kaylee.
I'm Corey.
And I'm Mia, and welcome back to episode 5 of
One
Thing
In Common
Love Island edition.
We're gonna jump straight into it for the after casa recoupling. Some feelings got hurt. A lot went down. What do we think?
A lot did go down.
Ooh, okay, who do we want to start with?
I want to say Bryce and Trinity. I think there was like the most smooth transition.
Yeah.
And so, as y'all know, we loved how they were yearning for each other. Loved that.
They are so cute. Still my number one favorite couple.
For sure. Bryce came back single, of course. He ran to my girl. Loved that.
Yes.
So
so happy.
And then after that, pretty much just got into drama.
They were the only couple that showed happiness.
All hell broke loose
Yeah.
after that.
Then Zach came in. Of course, he came back single. He went to Kada. There's more behind that, though, because it wasn't that simple. His girl got kicked off the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do y'all feel like he would have brought her back?
I feel like it was 50-50 because he was saying that he still wanted Kada and he wasn't going to bring her back, but at the same time, could she have been an option? Maybe he would have thought it so bad that he did bring her back just because he thought Kada might be with someone else.
Yeah.
There will always be that what if.
I agree.
For sure. Because I don't be wanting to put too much negativity on Zach's character because we really haven't seen too much outside of certain behaviors that he had with Kada. So maybe he generally wasn't, but then again, you never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
I've never trusted Zach. So
yeah.
I wouldn't have been surprised if he did, but I mean, I don't think his feelings is disingenuous, but he just moved weird. So I don't know.
Not as disingenuous as disingenuous, sincere. He came back single as well. How did y'all feel about that?
I feel like it was a ploy.
For sure. He knew if he walked in that villa with another girl that Melanie was about to
be his ass.
Literally.
She would have
tried to be his ass.
She would have broke down on that floor.
And I feel like she was kind of expecting him to come back with somebody else.
I mean, yeah.
But she still had like a little bit of hope because he was just saying, I'm going to do right by you, da-da-da-da-da. But I feel like she maybe thought he would have came back with somebody else.
But how do we feel with her staying loyal to him, even though every dude told her not to?
She should have chose Corey.
I would have chose
I stand on that. She should have chose Corey, explored him, even if she still wanted to be with Sincere.
Yeah, just to see what was there. Because they definitely had some chemistry. I really enjoyed the little date.
I agree. And I wanted to see if he was going to stand on what he was telling her.
Exactly.
Facts.
Because he could have been selling the whole dream the whole time.
He could have.
Exactly.
Because he was player hating. That boy was in there like, he don't love you for real.
He don't love it. He ain't expecting you. He was telling her everything.
You deserve better.
Was.
But all the boys were telling her, even the boys that didn't even explore Melanie. So it was like, I would have listened to that. If dudes is not even checking for me, it's like,
I feel like she just embarrassed herself even further. Like, it made her look like she didn't value. And even Sincere says that. She picks him every time over herself. It's just giving you don't value yourself as much as you should.
Because I felt like her going off on him, okay. But then it was like, it's not as satisfying because you should have went off on him. Saying the things she was saying with a dude. Yes.
But you picked him to then act like you standing on business.
Exactly.
You should have just left it alone at that point. I would have picked Corey just off of the fact of letting him see.
And then she cussed him out right after.
Exactly.
Like, that was just too much. You should have picked Corey.
It didn't make no sense.
Went in silence.
It made no sense.
And cussed him out in public.
He was like,
private.
Really? He was baffled. He was like, wow.
I was baffled.
Yeah.
Kenzie's couple was
Corbin.
Corbin. Corbin did come back with his Persian cat, Parmita, Parmesan, whatever you want to call her. He came back with Parmita.
Said boo.
Yeah.
Said boo when he walked in.
But honestly, I'm not blaming him.
I don't blame them.
I don't blame Kenzie at all. And one thing I can respect about Kenzie is that her detachment skills is OD.
She don't play.
They are, even though I feel like she still likes Corbin.
I mean, she liked him the most, so it like makes sense. But she did not like try to mess with him again.
Exactly. She's cool off that.
Yeah.
Once Kenzie is cool off you, she's cool off you.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because she was so done after those comments. But those, I would too, because his comments was OD.
It was
OD.
They were.
And Parmita, How do y'all feel about her?
I feel like she overall, like compared to this episode and in the new episodes after this episode, I feel like she's kind of a bird. Not gonna lie, she's been defending the men a lot, and she's like, it's just a man thing, like So I feel like she's more so a bird compared to anything else, and I feel like she's smarter than she's letting on.
I agree 100%.
Kaylee gave it straight.
Yeah, because honestly, I think she shouldn't have said anything then. If that was the case, if her reasoning was going to be her reasoning for picking him and for them to respect his decision, you should just have said nothing, girl.
I agree.
Honestly.
I agree. I am not a huge fan. She's beautiful. She's beautiful. I'm not a fan of her, though, when it comes to her mindset.
Yeah.
But, Kenzie, this is why you shouldn't have gave a cat up, though. Like, this is why you should have kept it. No French fries.
No French fries.
The French fries shouldn't have touched deep fryer, honestly.
I understand.
Like, should have left them alone.
Yeah,
but even that they did that and she still was able to detach, I was very commendable for me.
The next couple, Anaya and KC. This was the most drama-filled one. KC did not come back single. I think we all expected that. And I don't even blame him, to be honest, because he's been down with Anaya. That's been his only connection. But he did come back with somebody else, and it got messy from there.
It did.
Okay.
I was very irritated that she went last because I think she only chose to be loyal because she watched her other friends' men come back.
Hey. I agree because I think she should have. I think Carl should have been her choice.
Even if she still liked Casey, like even if she still wanted to pursue Casey, I still felt like she should have just brought him in because I know something in her was telling her he's gonna walk in with
somebody. Especially since they've seen firsthand of how they were acting during the heart rate challenge, and they got a postcard to see that he's feeling TT at that point. Yes. So I definitely still would have kept.
There was too many flags.
Just in case.
Yes, and I mean I get it. You trusted your connection a little bit. You have the feelings and all that stuff, but it's like you should have saved yourself. Like she should have saved herself. And it just made her look crazy.
It did. Like, did y'all see the boys' faces as she's talking about picking Casey?
They felt guilty.
They're all shaking their head. Like
they felt so guilty.
And then I was like, I choose this boy because
It
was bad. And then
wink, like, don't do that.
Casey goes out with her name is Tiara.
I'm TT.
She said she said you know me. I'm TT.
But listen.
I like her energy, but
about TT. But when I was watching this, she irritated me bad. I'm not
same. I like her energy, but she just delivered it wrong, and she did later apologize, which I respect.
How do we feel about that whole interaction with the girls and TT?
So I think the girls were mad because KC thus far has not taken any type of accountability. You know, he's telling the boys things. The boys are coming back telling the other girls, but of course, Anaya is not aware of anything. So. I don't feel like she should have spoke for Casey when everybody was jumping on him, but he liked that. And what else?
So before I speak my piece, I just want to let you know that I have gotten death threats over this. Anaya's fan base tried to kill me.
They did. There's proof.
So I'm a little scared to say how I feel about this. But to play devil's advocate, I generally think that if all the girls had the right to say something and yell at Casey the way that they did without letting him speak, that TT, she had the right to say something, honestly.
But nobody was talking to her.
Disrespectful, though. But if 6 girls was talking to him at the same time, yelling at him, cussing him out and all type of things, the one person she up there holding hands with him, I don't feel like it was as big of a deal as they made it, like, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I can see that. I did not like her comments towards Trinity, though. Saying, but Trinity you're a little girl. Bitch. Trinity didn't call her that.
She did.
She did call her.
She called her a bitch.
She said, I don't know you, bitch.
Oh.
She was saying
now Trinity as we know, Trinity is a little too blunt sometimes. But I didn't like her little girl comment because
that was crazy.
You're 2-3 years older.
Yeah.
That was crazy. And that's why I'm like, I can't even really pick a side because it's like they both threw jabs. Yeah. She threw unnecessary jabs and they just unnecessary cut in.
Yeah.
So it was like,
It definitely changed the trajectory of this conversation.
Yeah, because listen, now let me get my piece. Since I've been the main Anaya and Casey fan, I'm so irritated with their journey. But I think I did not agree with what Casey did. Not bringing somebody back because I knew he was going to explore, and there's nothing wrong with Casey fucking exploring. There was nothing wrong with it. I didn't like how he moved about it, and I didn't like that he just kind of was like, I mean, yeah, like for the first like 5 minutes they was out there, he wasn't really saying much, and I think that's why the girls were getting irritated because he really wasn't saying much.
Yeah,
and so it was just like,
and they had just seen them in live 4K.
Yeah, so they have a perspective in their brain that everyone kind of just moved with disrespect, which is
in
like
Casey definitely did move with disrespect.
It was
he did. They should have heard him out, but I think he was just taking forever. Like, how you gonna take forever to explain yourself and your couple and your girls standing by themselves?
But no,
it's just like,
and he delivers it wrong because instead of being like, I'm sorry, like he doesn't say I'm sorry first.
Now the way the show is, he didn't take too long.
Down his throat though.
They were, but I just feel like
he just delivers it wrong because he's like, I do see every time like he's coming to take accountability, he's always like, well, I'm doing it now, or I'm saying sorry now, like take me for what I am now, but you didn't do that before. It's like taking you to this point to do that. It's like you had to be this disrespectful to come to this point.
Yeah. Okay, but during the recoupling, he said, I think Anaya is a great person, but this is after the girls all jumped out his throat. He said, this decision is for me. It's no hard feelings to Anaya. I would hate to make her feel a type of way, but this decision is for me.
I think they got more pissed. I think because like,
what the hell else is he supposed to say?
No, not what he said. It was like, okay, one, the girls jumping in, I'm taking it as like they're her friends.
Yeah.
And half of them is her best friends. And if your best friend is sitting there hurt or looking crazy, you're going to be pissed as their friend. So I can't even be mad at them like jumping in. But then
I think it's a way to do it more tastefully though. I think that's my main issue with the girls of they are very childish in a sense of how their reactions was. Especially because Casey ain't show her no disrespect within their couple, honestly. And I think he moved very childish, but I think it was more distasteful rather than.
But doing it behind her back is worse, I would argue, because you're telling the boys she's grandma, she's not doing anything with me. Yeah. So you're putting this image of her in all of the boys' head, and then the boys are going back and telling their couples. So obviously the girls aren't believing that, but I think it's worse because at least if it was in her face.
Joke. I think everybody took the joke to heart though. Because maybe it's because I have a very dark sense of humor, but that's something I would have said. I would have been like, ooh, like boring, like grandpa. I think it wasn't as malicious as people made it out to be.
I don't think it was malicious, but it don't look good on top of it.
I agree. It was just unnecessary on top of what he was already doing.
And then he completely wrote her off immediately when they came back. And I think that blew
And he took forever to apologize too, because let's talk about that. He didn't apologize the first night, nor the second night, nor was it the third night.
He apologized by the third night.
He apologized during the recoupling, honestly.
He did apologize.
But like a sit-down talk.
He didn't give like a personal, like me and you apology. And
like addressing each point, I'm sorry for this.
But respectfully, I don't think it was the time for that. Like, if we were to get into it, in the heat of the moment, like say we all got into it and you and Kaylee were really like, felt a strong way about something I said, maybe while opinions is still strong, I probably would wait to have a conversation with y'all just so that it's not like,
yeah, you can wait the night, but like the next day, pull me aside.
But everybody was on some like really, they was really hating him though. They was really coming at him strong. So I don't think he's wrong.
But he deserved that, and I think as we got into movie night,
right then and there, I think he was right for letting things cool off so that him as a man can come and talk to Nia with a level head.
Yeah, but 3 days was a little too long.
It wasn't 3 days. It was
at least 2 days.
2 days.
Yeah.
Now, yeah. So that is what happened with them, and it was just a lot. I was more on Ania's side, but I understand Casey's side at the same time.
I see both sides. And even with what you said about him turning cold, I think Casey was coming to a realization that they weren't compatible. The way that he did it, though, he did not have to go about it like that at all. Like, even with him saying that him and Anaya don't have anything in common, I can generally see that it really seems like they don't have anything
I agree, and I think Anaya realized that too, especially with Carl now, because she's like, her and Carl are really good right now.
They are.
But the way he expressed it was crazy.
He did, and that's what I mean by cold. Like, you just, because it's like you turn cold while you're in Costa, then you come back and you completely write her off. Like, she's a great girl, and I think she's gonna do great. Like, you completely like. He dismissed the fuck out of her.
He did,
and it was just
and
like,
don't be saying nothing like that in front of no other hoes too. You know, these girls already want our necks. 3 weeks in, I think they developed a friendship enough though for him to carry himself with a little bit more empathy.
That's what I'm saying.
Though I do get when you come to a point of having to constantly coddle somebody else's feelings, I think it does put a bad taste in your mouth. To where,
I agree. He let himself build up to resentment.
Exactly. And it shouldn't have got to that point.
He said that.
Shouldn't have got to that point, honestly. But I do think he gave their connection a fair shot. And Casa was the one time that he really was able to explore it. And he found a great connection.
I agree. Nothing was wrong with what he did. Yeah. It was just the disrespectful comments and the delivery.
And I want to say, please get off Anaya's dick about being a black woman and being fucking emotional. She can be emotional about
Have people
her
really
couple.
Been saying that?
No, they've been dragging Anaya like crazy, and it's really irritating me. And it's not even just because it's Anaya. It's just because they always do that to a black woman on Love Island, and it's very annoying.
As if honestly, all of the other girls
really hurt my feelings.
She broke down and got on her knees. I just feel like
now was it dramatic? Absolutely.
I feel like
I do think she was being dramatic for him to come over there and talk to her.
I think seeing them like Kiki after everything drew her because that's when
she's like they're laughing at me. That's
when she.
No, I do feel like her decision was very stupid, but you gotta let her realize that. And that's
was because she was crying. She was like, I should have just picked. Like you could tell she was like fighting with herself. Like, I should have just picked Carl. Like I should have just did this and I should have just did that.
But and I don't follow her when they were attacking Anaya about that too. Well, she should have just picked. Even though I do see where Casey's coming from, at the same time they did spend 3 weeks together.
That's what I'm saying.
So I don't disagree with her for wanting to save her connection at all.
I agree.
And so I totally understand that if we spent 3 weeks together, if she wasn't even considering Casey, I would kind of be like, that's a little weird. Especially because Casey beforehand has done nothing but good things.
Exactly. So in her brain, she's in a whole different perspective.
Real, she was battling
and it's
with
like
that.
People are gonna be like, well, if she felt so. This is before movie night. She's like, people were like, if she felt so disrespected, why didn't she just choose Carl? Because all she saw was him make comments on a girl and like be childish. But that is not enough to like dismiss a whole 3 week relationship in the villa. Like
I agree.
That's all she saw.
Yeah.
So it's like
I agree. I get where she's coming from. I feel like nothing was wrong.
Yeah.
And at the end, she did get her man back. Well, Carl's her man. She got Carl back.
She got my boy back for sure.
Now let's hop into
but
that.
They're dead wrong for showing her wig up like that. I would never do that to you.
And then take those pictures off the internet. Take those pictures off the internet.
Like, black women, y'all know it's hot. Y'all know weave and shit gets stiff.
Take those pictures off the internet.
She probably don't have time to be,
And they're even wrong for putting that on there. They Love Island knows they did that on purpose because that was like a 2-second clip of showing her hair like that.
Exactly.
But I did want to talk about Melanie's speech to her. It was just like, damn, like as a girl, I really felt something behind that because like, fuck these men. Real talk.
No, Melanie is such a good friend. She's a real friend. And I love how she was like, Anaya, if you don't shut up, you're the most beautiful. Da, 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 da. Yeah. She really needed to hear that.
Though I don't agree with the amount of hate that Casey got, especially seeing their connection and how good their connection and how he really tried to work with her.
They dragged Casey back. I'm not gonna lie, I was pissed too. And I was like, Casey's just, but like. He is not sincere, and I need people to stop.
I feel like nobody in the villa can compare to sincere.
Yeah, like they was dragging it. Like
not Kenzie, not Casey.
Exactly.
Nobody in the villa is bad. Not even Corbin. Nobody in the villa is as bad as sincere. Sincere is a manipulating, toxic, conniving man. Boy.
That's why I felt so strong on it. Now, Jen and Gal, why would you do that? Like, don't even piss me off right now. Why would you pick that man?
Oh.
And you knew, like, and just for him to turn around and do what he did to you, you should have known.
Gal.
And I'm so glad that he's out of my villa now, because his ugly ass.
I don't even have shit to say.
He put absolutely zilch in.
I don't have shit to say because he blew me his whole rest of his journey, and how he gaslit Jen was crazy.
Jen deserved better.
But just off the recoupling, just him himself, I would have never did no shit like that. What was on the table for Casa Boys, and you like,
that's what she saw in
LA. I'm through. I still would have been on Caleb. Like, Caleb, please, I know we ain't had that stronger connection. But
that's what I'm saying. And Caleb came back with Jaden. Cool. His was sweet. Everyone clapped for him. I love Caleb. Yeah, like, I miss Caleb. I miss him.
Me too. And I'm so glad he has as many supporters as he does. Like, he's the most followed person in the villa right now. We're out of the villa now.
But yeah, that was the recoupling.
I want to get into the cake challenge now. I'm so glad they brought my girl Megan Thee Stallion back.
She looked good.
Like she said, Love Island is not Love Island without her. She did look so good.
It makes sense. Yes. Hot girl summer.
And did you see all the boys staring her down? Even the girls, they were all staring her down. I would too.
Oh, the boys was, in front of me. The boys was literally drooling. Bryce he was killing me. He was like, I can show you.
And grabbed her hand, took her over here.
And KC was just like,
okay, Bryce got aura when it's needed, okay?
He really do.
You love him a black woman.
Literally.
So basically the challenge was the cake challenge. Everybody had to get cakes thrown at. Well, the first part of the challenge was a twerking contest. Do y'all think the boys or the girls won that?
The
girls. Bryce and Zach were funny though.
They were funny.
So that was the first part of the challenge. TT won. And then the second part was the boys doing the twerking challenge. Casey won, so that was really cute that TT and Casey won. Yeah. Like, what are the odds? That they were cute.
And I is still walking around pissed, by the way. So she's
and I love how Megan said that Anaya is the most gorgeous, prettiest girl in the villa. Like, how? Imagine me and Casey as her ex hearing Megan Thee Stallion tell his ex this.
That's why I respect Megan, because she gonna big up a woman.
In the second part of the challenge, they had to be in like this big cake or whatever, and just their heads were sticking out. And the boys or the girls, whoever turn it was, they had to throw cakes in their face.
Yeah, the boys
went first.
Throw cake, and the girls creamed. They had to like spray cream onto the boys,
which is ironic. So funny. So nothing much really happened on the girls' side because like the boys are all just being. None of these girls have done anything really.
But can we really get into the cake throwing? Because as a woman, seeing them boys act like that
would piss me off.
Infuriated me because now,
and being like, we gotta stand behind a line. So what do you want to get right up in my face and just?
No, seriously. And y'all know how I feel like Casey. I do think he got very defensive because of how everybody took his coming back or whatever. Though the way he was gunning for the girls, you need to relax.
Yeah, he does. Like you're still a
man. Some nerve to
that
be acting
why
like that.
Casey was blowing. It's not even when. It's how he was acting.
He's just been disrespectful.
Thing before movie night. How you were so mad. I did not like how he called out Trinity. I did not like how he called out Trinity and how he was trying to come at. Yes, we talked. Yes, they talked about you. Eat it. It's okay. Yeah. Like eat it.
Now, I did not like need to mind her business. Yeah, she did.
But getting closer and trying to gun, that's why he missed.
I didn't like that. And what she said,
and then Megan,
you rise, I guess.
Yes, still you rise. And I love how Megan ate his ass up too, because he's like, I didn't do anything. Like he wasn't saying that I didn't do anything, but he was just downplaying.
No, he did. He said,
yeah.
He said, how was I disrespectful?
Yes. And he said, how was I disrespectful? And she said,
do you not remember?
You don't remember everything that happened in Casa Amor?
And then he smirked. Yeah.
And Corbin. Sir, what are you not understanding on why Kenzie's mad? You just wrote that love letter to her during the recoupling, and then
y'all were just smooching down after repercussions.
French fries, this, that, all
and
that.
And then as soon as you go into Casa Amor, oh yeah, I'm not coming back.
Exactly. Now that you got a little taste of Persian cat, you got the nerve to be coming at Kenzie like that, and Kenzie's not even like my favorite or nothing, but it's like. You got some fucking nerve.
Let's be for real.
Yeah.
For real.
I loved it when it was the girls' turn.
What? Ate them up.
My two favorite that went was Melanie, because she went after all the dudes. She said everyone can get it.
Hers though.
What'd she do?
Trinity she did it to Bryce. Well, if anybody's gonna do it to my man, then it's gotta be me.
They're head asses in the
street. They are. I like that was cute, but she wasted. She should have creamed somebody for an actual serious offense.
I wanted Casey. At that moment, I wanted Casey and Corbin to get all the.
I feel like Sincere should have got creamed more too, because he only got it like once or twice. Sincere, you're not off the radar.
In the hot seat at the moment.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the issue. People are putting Sincere off the radar, even though during like all this he wasn't being the worst, but. There was a lot of debate I was seeing that he was flying under some people's radars, but not under mine, Sincere.
You know, I agree. And then I loved Anaya's revenge. I love that Anaya got close to Casey.
Me too.
I'm not gonna lie. Her aim was so goddamn like.
And I love how who did it to two of them?
Melanie.
Yeah, I love Melanie's.
No, for sure.
Period. That was a funny ass challenge.
It was. It really was. Loved seeing Megan as always.
Yeah.
Too, so that was fun.
She gifted them
and
hot girl swim. Like it was so cute.
And during all this, like when Sincere got creamed, he in his confessional he said, "I tell the truth, just not the whole truth."
Like, boy, cream him.
Shut up. Shut up.
Literally. Pour the whole fucking bag on her.
So jumping into movie night.
Yeah.
I'm so glad they brought movie night back this year.
No, seriously.
Because they blew me last season.
No, for real.
We needed that last season.
No, that was really necessary.
So I just want to first bring up, they clipped it so wrong because Melanie already had tear marks down her face as soon as they jumped in there.
I peeped that. Love Island is messy, bro.
They're so messy.
No,
I don't like how they clipped it because there was also a lot of debates online about like who was valid and who was not, if the boys were valid and blah blah blah. But the order of how the night went goes into that, and they showed it out of order.
They did. They did. They were trying to get to the nitty gritty first. And I think America, because they let America choose like what they put in, and I think America really wanted to see Casey like.
Yeah, that's what it started with. So, Casey.
Yes, it started with Casey's clips.
She's a grandma.
He was so sunken in that
He was so, I'm not gonna lie. I was cracking up. And it wasn't because he was getting exposed. It was how baffled he was watching himself.
He really
and
was like, that's me.
Yes. And it was Corbin next to him. Like when I tell you dead as fuck eating that popcorn,
literally,
I was
for real.
Corbin messy.
But I do think Casey after movie night has been mature.
He had to see himself.
I agree, because after movie night, since then he's like really, you know, apologized, sat down and thought about it. Like you can tell something in him just kind of changed.
Yeah,
I like that.
And people were trying to say like he only apologized because he was exposed.
Like nah.
And it's like, okay, maybe we don't know, but then I do feel like he was genuinely embarrassed.
Yeah, it really is different when you see yourself.
Literally, he was still looking like that the day after. Like he was not happy with himself.
It really is different when you see yourself. Like because like
ranting,
in your mind something else could have happened. Like you could have remembered how everything played out differently. But
I think to him he was ranting. Yeah. Like I think he was just like ranting. Like I'm just annoyed. Da, da, da. But like really like wow like. I did say all of that, and they clipped it back to back, so he was just hearing everything that was being said. Anaya over there listening. It's like, damn, I do feel like he felt so bad.
And I think he was portraying somebody else too. That don't even give me that's in his character. The way he froze up like that, I think he was generally trying to be cool boy, trying to be fucking Corbin. Yeah, and your heart not in it. Corbin heart in that shit.
Corbin about it.
Corbin about that. He don't care.
So that was crazy.
Seriously.
And those I was like, Anaya had to see that. Now, how did we feel about the girls' reaction to Casey?
I didn't like it. And I didn't like it because, for one, okay, I do think Anaya is a little bit of a follower because she had nothing to say. And I liked,
she was just kind of bouncing off of the girls' comments.
She had nothing to say until Trinity had something to say. When Trinity started getting on that,
she was commenting throughout, though.
She was commenting, but she really didn't start her rant until after Trinity said something. And Trinity is always saying something.
I think it was Trinity, TT, like everyone kind of backed her, so it made her feel valid. Because even TT was like, the boys, they were saying like, yeah, he was being disrespectful, but then also like, they were defending his action or like playing it like they were pinpointing the exploring, and that's not what her problem was. And the boys was really irritating me with that. And then TT was like, no, y'all said over and over, Casey has never been more happy than with you, and he never did this and da 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 da. And I just felt like it validated her to be pissed on top of Trinity. But Trinity just asked a valid question. All Trinity said was, so if you felt like y'all never had nothing in common or something like that, then why did you stay in a couple this whole
and that was a valid question, and there was not a valid answer to that.
I just hate that they can't formulate an argument on the boys' side. I'd be like, this is why girls is really smarter than guys.
Yes,
because I'm like, I was really rooting for them. I was on their side a little bit. I'm like, fight back, Casey, fight back.
Well, Casey immediately said I was disrespectful, and internet Casey
like,
said he was disrespectful.
That question, his answer, like, he couldn't formulate one. And then he talking about, but don't do this to TT though. I'm like, what are you even fucking talking about? And I'm not even coming at TT.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't like the hate that TT got behind her saying that Anaya would have been mad regardless, and that all the girls would have been mad regardless, because y'all would have been mad.
You know, I was kind of mad with her saying that at first, but sometimes the truth hurts.
Sometimes the truth hurts.
Yeah, no, she was real. I didn't really
not saying that, like, she didn't invalidate the girls' feelings of being upset, but the way that they handled themselves, y'all definitely would have been mad regardless. I stood with Zach on that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zach said that.
Zach said that, but TT defended it and was like, nah, like, facts. Y'all would have been mad.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Y'all didn't even give him a chance to say shit. They jumped on him so bad before he could even say a damn thing.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true. And I just want to bring up the whole Anaya standing in Casey face. Because when I first saw it, I was spoiling myself. I only saw it on the internet. So I was like, okay. But when I watched
she did too much.
But when I watched,
confirmed that.
She did. But when I watched it, Casey was standing up for a long ass time. And I feel like if you already mad, no, I'm not trying to defend her, but if you already pissed off with somebody and they stand up and he's a man and he's getting louder or he got a little closer, even though he didn't get in her face, you gonna stand up. I'm sorry. I probably would have done the same, like sit down. I probably would have done the same thing. But she didn't have to. She didn't have to sit him down. But I can understand why she stood up. I think when as a girl, we dramatic, we get mad. I'm not gonna sit here and like drag her for it. I just felt like that was crazy. Like she's emotional. Like,
no, it was.
She got a little too close because I would have got up and like stood across yelling at him. She did get too close, and she did apologize for that.
Him standing up did not compare to her standing up, only because if you're good with people, you can obviously tell that Casey stood up out of being trying to express his point because
and she did apologize for that.
She did because it was a lot. Yeah, no, it was a lot because you didn't have to like if she stood up in the same space as he was, it was just like sit down. Yeah. But the whole like walking
but him standing up was not as aggressive as she tried to make it seem. I'm sorry.
No,
it was not like that.
But I can understand because I'm saying I probably would have stood up too if you're standing for a long time, but that's out of anger. When I'm trying to put myself in everyone's opinion.
I think if it was a girl, like say when TT was saying that she stood up and was talking to Anaya like that, then bitch, I'm standing up too because what we standing up for. But Casey was all the way over there, so I think for her getting in their space, Casey didn't really get in her space. But if it was a girl, I see what you mean 100% because we stand up for her.
Yeah, but she shouldn't have gotten her space. But I feel like she could have stood up. But I didn't think she had to get in his space.
Yeah,
that was a lot.
Now let's get into Sincere being called out. I love how they read him the field, and they showed every clip. Not every clip, because there was more clips that they could have shown.
Who read him the field?
Who the fuck read him?
Love Island.
Oh, Love Island.
On the clips. No, they showed the soul clips. They showed I Feel Like This Is Home With You. They showed everything. And I feel so bad for Melanie. Yes. And Melanie, I'm sorry, but you are dumb because how do you see everything that's happening right now and you still, once again, take this man back?
You know what it is? I think, honestly, because Sincere is very likable. I think Sincere is so charismatic. So it's hard because especially when everyone in the villa has a positive opinion on him to feel negative.
And they did because whole time, apparently, Sincere was lying to Corbin, everybody, even the boys. Because Corbin said that afterwards and Sincere had to apologize to the boys.
Now, Melanie, though, come on. Like, you gotta stand up at some point. And what I can't respect about Sincere is he be pandering. Like,
he does. And I love how Melanie has started calling him out for it. Because what do you mean that you're trying to put people before you like you're a people pleaser?
His shit made me, it's like, yeah, we seen him do all of that. But the way they edited them clips, it was gut-wrenching to me. I felt like I was getting punched in the fucking gut. Yeah. And I watched him do that. And I think it was only because Melanie finally saw everything that he was doing. and I just knew she was breaking while watching it. And yeah, I would have went off too, because how you gonna tell this girl you would have brought her back and then you didn't? And then Amora,
I'm sorry, I don't like Amora. I didn't like her after she came back to the villa. I feel like she was being fake. I feel like she was being fake mature. And why would you be like, I could never Girl, why would you think that? But you don't have to say that out loud.
That was so and
you've seen the episodes, so how you have that standpoint on
it? Exactly.
And she's crying. She's emotional right now. That's not the time to say that.
Exactly. Well, she had said that after Melanie went upstairs crying, but still, you don't have to say that about her in front of everybody else.
Of breaking down. Melanie and Sincere shut movie night down. They couldn't even finish that.
And I like how Melanie and Anaya have kind of became besties through all of this, because Anaya was comforting her just like she was comforting Anaya.
Melanie's little voice really hurt my soul when she was like, "Can you hold my hand?" I was like, because it's like, yes, Melanie makes dumb decisions, but I love her.
I do really like. She really does remind me of a cute little puppy.
She does.
But at the same time, my thing with Melanie is, why are you allowing yourself to get so?
That's what I don't understand.
I
agree. Like you can
have to have
see
some
the
emotional regulation for you to keep acting like that.
You can physically see the energy that Sincere has sucked out of Melanie.
Yes, and I don't understand why she wants to like keep putting herself in that situation. I mean, I get it. But then it's like it comes to a point, especially when things are shown in front of your face, like that right there would have been like, oh yeah, no.
You could be hurt because like we know what that feel like when it's like.
But also, I do have some kind of understanding for her, because she has said that she wasn't the most popular girl in school, and everyone's bringing up this stuff online about her. So, and then from her side, she's being done this way by Sincere, but Sincere is also saying anything and everything that he can to make her feel better. So, and she's not seeing what we're seeing. So
I agree, because to her he's telling the truth, or he's being open. But at the same time, Melanie's intuition is strong as fuck. You can feel that, and out of disrespect for you not really knowing him that well, or with a man in general, as a woman, I think you should always be on your P's and Q's, knowing that it's a possibility. I don't care if it's the best man in the world and he's shown you nothing but great treatment.
Also, with the boys being shocked as well with Sincere's behavior, would have told me a lot. Yes. That right there is a conniving, manipulative man. If he manipulated the whole,
he did, because even Corbin said he was not telling the truth.
Corbin was so irritated with Sincere for days after that, and then everyone's saying it was terrible. Bryce was hurt. Zach was like, "Oh my god." Corbin was like, "Oh my god." And Sincere in that moment
still didn't even take accountability, because Sincere tried flipping it on Melanie.
He sure
saying,
did.
But
that's what you did with Corbin.
Like you sound literally, you sound full grown bitch right now.
Shut up. What did she do?
You sound full grown bitch.
And on day 5,
literally. Exactly.
Like what? We're on day 20.
Exactly, and she did not do that shit with Corbin.
No.
Like, shut up, Sincere.
What are you talking about?
And what really upsets me about Sincere is, this is the only place that you can explore multiple people and be honest about it and really not have no backlash.
Right. And he decided to be the most dishonest, disingenuous person that I've seen on here.
So where you didn't have to do that. He should have gave Melanie the choice of being like, okay, I am exploring this and I am exploring that, and this is how I feel about it, and so what? I can respect that a little bit more. But the pandering of telling every girl what they want to hear, I cannot stand shit like that.
That's why I respect Corbin. Still, even after he did, I respect him. He ain't never moved maliciously.
Yeah,
he is pandering, but then he's a fucking asshole too.
He is. But he real about it.
I did want to touch on the girls and the guys' reactions towards Sincere's clips being shown. I did not like that nobody came as Sincere as hard, and it really makes me feel like they pick and choose their battles, because why y'all wasn't on that with Sincere though.
I agree. They should have went after Sincere harder. And he should have been dogged harder, because I feel like Casey was dogged harder at the recoupling than Sincere has been dogged for anything.
Exactly. And
exactly.
And I mean, maybe if he's hearing this from other men, because as of now in the villa, he's going around, I'm a changed man. For what, one day?
Yeah. Trinity should have been like, so why would you say this and act like that? I think it should have been more questions. Sorry, especially because he told them hoes to shut up. And them hoes was sat after that. Everybody was mad about Casey standing up. But that man told y'all hoes to shut up, and y'all was mute after that.
That was
now.
Crazy.
Granted, maybe they do be clipping out things. Maybe they did get on to Sincere just how, and we just didn't really see it.
Yes, because they do stuff like that.
Yeah, they do stuff
I'm like there's
that.
no way.
So they did show Kenzie's moments. The only other girl that was shown during movie night was Melanie, and it was just her one kiss with Corey, which was really nothing. But how do y'all feel about them showing what Kenzie has done?
I started liking Kenzie towards like the end of this, Love Island. I wasn't a fan of her in the beginning. Now, and I did not like how she moved in certain ways. And when it came to movie night and how it was shown, it did look bad. It did look like she was selling a dream to every dude, and she explored to every dude. Yeah. Now, I didn't like that they were getting on her for exploring. Now, she didn't have to sell a dream to every guy, because she was saying the same things to every dude. So of course that looks bad.
I agree. On top Nothing of her was wrong exploring. With what she was doing.
But they were just only talking about her exploring,
yeah,
and it
was like they even gave their reasoning. It was just she talked to him, and
it was like so. It didn't work with the first people she went. It worked with one. We saw how that went. She had to choose. It just, and I don't like how the dudes was trying to come at her for it.
I don't like all this online
she was
discourse trying to compare her to Sincere.
She was only dishonest about what she was saying to the dudes. And that one kiss with Corbin.
But I don't even think she was dishonest about what she was saying.
No, some things. Like she didn't get full detail. Like she wasn't saying, yeah, I told him that I could see myself with him. Yeah. She was just saying like.
But I don't think that she owes them that, honestly. No. If I'm exploring in the villa and I'm real about the connections that I'm making to each other, about me might possibly have exploring that one because we have chemistry, or me possibly exploring this one, or we kissed. I'm not obligated to tell you everything that I had a conversation with him about. That don't got nothing to do with you.
Because she was real about it. She was real about it.
Honest. She was honest. I can see you. I can see people like picking at like, oh, you told him this and then you told me that. Mm-hmm. So like, I'm not trying to invalidate.
Now the clip, the way it looked, though, it did look like she's telling the same thing to everyone.
Yeah, so I'm not trying to.
My only issue with Kenzie is the fact that nothing is wrong with what she's doing. She keeps making these comments about lustful and just those type of comments towards other couples, more specifically Corbin, which you're also doing that, so don't make it a spectacle that they're doing that.
Yeah, that's my only issue with her. Lustful. I think Kenzie really does try to have more conversations with substance. Maybe it's just not being shown on Corbin's end, but
she has conversations with substance.
And while that can be true, I just feel like it's not okay for you to make a spectacle out of that if you don't want what you're doing to be a spectacle made out of.
I can see that, because they can call her lustful in certain aspects. Maybe it does get that a little bit, though. I don't think she even with the clip of her saying to Caleb, I can see something with you out of here. I think that can possibly be true and not mean no harm behind that. I think people put so much on like relationships to be by the book, but I think it's more black. It's not as black and white as people make it seem.
No,
like not. Just because I told you I can see something with us out of here, I probably can, and I probably can see something out of here with him for different reasons.
But now I've met somebody that I like more, or now we're building this connection.
But I feel
like, I get what you're saying.
But I feel like Love Island is a social experiment, and I feel like when you're talking to somebody, you can kind of pick up on
the context,
their context and the personality, and I feel like between Caleb and Corbin, she should have been real about wanting to be with Corbin instead of keeping exploring Caleb, because the personality, he's more sensitive. So it probably was hard for her to try to say something. But that don't got nothing
to really do with her, though.
No, it doesn't.
Let's be real.
It doesn't. Caleb, but you have to say what
very
you.
Strong on top of that. So I do think he'd be misreading a little bit of cues, because he seems like such the serious type. I think he jumps like straight first into like marriage material. Now, granted, maybe some of the things that Kenzie was saying can be taken that way, but I think he can get the gist of Kenzie's personality and what she was telling him about her and Corbin's connection, and just seeing them alone, that Caleb should have been picking on some social cues. I don't think she hurt him. I don't think what she was doing was as deep as he was making it seem. And given her personality, I think that she generally didn't mean no harm about it. I think all of them guys brought out different sides of her. I think Caleb more so was very home-like and familiar. And Corbin brings out that wild side in Kenzie. So it's nothing wrong with going to...
But you know what you want. So it's like.
But when she decided what she wants, that's when she wrote the love letter to Corbin and recoupled. Yeah. She could have stayed if she didn't know what she wanted. She could have stayed with Caleb. She was open about exploring, except for the kiss. I give her that. That was a little sneaky, maybe.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, I'm not trying to say like she was completely wrong with Caleb. I'm just trying to say like, I don't know. And I'm just speaking of like who I am. Like when you're talking to people and like he's saying all these things that sound like he's more serious, but you like somebody else, like, because I feel like she always knew she was going to choose Corbin. So why keep trying? And there's nothing wrong with trying, but it's like I think it was just dragged on a little too long to the point where like there's like this dude got feelings for you. You should have just been a little bit more intuitive and aware.
Yeah, she should. She could have definitely did a few things different.
Yeah,
but I feel like at the end of the day, she's not. It's not okay to compare her to Sincere because Sincere is way worse, and she's not doing anything worse than what the other men are doing.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, so she's doing her let the girl explore and stop being so hard on her.
Yeah, I could definitely see what you're saying by seeing that Caleb is a very sensitive and very like jumping into everything. That I would have been like, hold on, Caleb.
That's what I'm saying.
Hold on, like I don't want to lead you on, so I do want to be real. So I am doing me right now.
Yeah, so I respected that she immediately just apologized to him instead of like trying to, because it don't really matter. Caleb was the only dude I felt like deserved some clarification.
Yeah,
that was it. Yeah, Dylan's performative. All these fake
Dylan is performative,
and the way he's been doing ever since after the movie night, acting like he want to be with her, and I feel like he had a game plan because you saw all of that, you had your doubts, and then you're like, oh, but she's so attractive, and I want to be with her, and then now you're trying to. Now you want to be like, I can't trust you. I can't do this. But you've been knew that. I feel like if you saw that and you did that, then you should have just left me alone.
Literally. Yeah. Especially because you seen me doing my thing. So don't act funny now because you in the villa. I don't know if he's embarrassed because I think he's very like gun-holed on how other people perceive him and his connection. So I think he notices the way that the boys are viewing her in a negative light. And then now you want to be like, nah, because I can't trust you. Or make it seem like she's doing you so fucking bad. Like,
yeah,
at the end of the day,
in the newer episodes, skipping to the newer episodes, he's having this talk with Kenzie, and he's just bringing up complete BS. How can I trust you when you had a kiss? She came and told you right after the kiss. She's being honest with you. Yeah, she could have had a talk maybe before the kiss, but she is being honest with you. She said that she still wanted to explore Gaul. They had a kiss. She told you immediately after.
Exactly.
She's not hiding anything from you. And just because you're one of America's least favorite couples, which I like, okay, you're bottom 3 of favorite couples out of 6. There's 3 couples that are better than you. Okay, Dylan, no, we don't like you.
And I know, because you're trying to be like, we're in the bottom, and I don't know what there's like. I can't.
But that's another reason I didn't like the Islanders' take on it either, because they kept bringing up that Gal shit, and it's like they'd be like, okay, I see we come up, but you did kiss Gal. She was real about that, and as soon as she had the kiss, she was like, you know what? I'm doing a lot. It's not for me. I want to go back to my connection, and then she moved on from that. So for everybody to even have that standpoint, who are y'all? Honestly,
I agree.
Y'all connections is not all hand in dandy. So y'all didn't even be talking
about
her like that.
And then speaking of the newer episodes, I don't like how Melanie went back to Sincere so fast. Exactly. You need to stick with what you say. Exactly. Stand on your words. Because she gave it back to Sincere.
That freaking karaoke challenge. Bro. She was
that karaoke challenge was crazy.
No, she went back to him so fucking.
Even the date, she should have stood on her words, because you're just reaffirming to this man that he can keep continuing to do you like this, and as long as he, apologizes and doesn't touch you for one night, then y'all are back on good terms.
The only thing I can commend
drops
her
a few
for,
roses.
Only thing I could when he did try, like when Sincere did trying to bring that like Jen and Gaul stuff up, she was like, you can't talk about nobody in their relationship and doing
she
this
does
and
keep
doing
checking
that.
him.
She keeps checking him right now,
but she's kind of looking funny because
she's battling the side of leaving him alone and being with him.
Yeah, which I don't blame her, because this late into the season, it's like, what can you do?
That's what I'm saying.
For real.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you plan on staying with this boy outside of the villa, then you're just giving him ammo to keep doing this.
Yes, and I really hope when they were talking on that dock and he was talking about I see you as my girlfriend. I see you as my fiance. I see you as my wife.
Just by saying,
and he just told Zach that being a girlfriend is too much. Mm-hmm. How you go from that to telling her that, but this is disingenuous, mm-hmm. so it makes sense that he said that to her. Mm-hmm. But I'm hoping she did not take that and go,
no,
I agree.
That's exactly what she did.
And speaking of making things official, how do we feel about Zach kind of saying he's wanting to make things he's wanting to make things exclusive with Kata? I feel like he was kind of BSing, because if you want things to be exclusive right now, then make that right now. But you're just telling me, when we get out the villa, I don't want you to talk to any other boys, and I'm not going to talk to any other girls. Okay. It just seems kind of like, I don't know. You could have did that right now.
That I understood was he didn't want to make her a girlfriend in the villa. Everyone don't want to be no girlfriend in the villa. Valid. Now,
I don't want to be no goddamn girlfriend in the villa.
Now, it is BSy though, because it's like, how long do y'all gotta be exclusive? Like he gonna drag out this exclusive stuff. Like he gives scary to me.
And he does this whole time in the villa. He's been flip floppy.
Because ever since he has been flip floppy. When they went to that hideaway, he's like, oh my god. But what if I still want to do this?
He done said I love you and been like, nah.
Exactly. Yeah, but then he tells Bryce that he actually loves him. So I feel like Zach, yeah, like you said, he is the type to be like, we're exclusive, da-da-da. But then every time she's going to bring up boyfriend and girlfriend, he's going to be like, I just don't know if I'm ready for that. And then it's going to be a whole issue where he feels like she's doing too much now and da-da-da-da. It's just going to be messy.
It's going to give situationship low-key.
For sure. Now, him wanting to wait, I think that's 100% valid.
I agree.
Couples that make it closed up, like kind of how Ace and Shelly gave them time.
Yeah, like closed off. He should have been closed off with her, though.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Like that should have been a conversation as soon as he got back.
Do y'all think that they're gonna put them on Beyond the Villa this season?
I hope not. I'm sick of on Beyond the Villa.
I don't watch that. I just want a reunion.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the reunion. Mm-hmm. Now that we're a week away from America's Love Island King and Queen, who do y'all think is gonna win? And I'll go first. Mm-hmm. I of course want my girl Trinity and Bryce to win.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely think their couple is the most strong at the moment, and I really do value their friendship. Honestly.
Me too. They really built that shit from the ground up.
From the ground up, and they communicate very well with each other, 100%.
They do. I think it will be Trinity and Bryce.
In America, you better not make Melanie and Sincere the winners.
I'm scared that Melanie's fans is going to bring her all the way to the top, and they don't deserve that money. If she gets to the top, she better take all the money.
She better.
But then again, it's like, it's kind of tricky because her and Bryce really are going strong. So for her not to split, it's kind of like.
No, I'm talking about Melanie.
Yeah, if Melanie and Sincere win, if Melanie gets the envelope with the money, she better take that money.
Yeah, she has to take the money. But I think it'll be Trinity and Bryce. I think top 4 is going to be Trinity and Bryce, Melanie, Sincere, Anaya and Carl. And
it better be
Casey and Tiara.
Casey and TT.
I feel like top 3 would be Casey, TT, Anaya and Carl, and Trinity and Bryce on top.
Yeah, I don't think Kenzie's gonna make it to the top 4. If she do, I'm okay gonna be irritated. But if she do,
she's not going to.
I mean, I'm not gonna be irritated. I just wouldn't prefer it. But that's just me. I don't think they should have won it. I think it was Casey and TT who won that challenge.
They were cuter, but Kenzie did seem better.
I guess.
I guess. Casey and TT, now those was my
But it was all about connection, and I think they just went off like what show was better. And
I feel
like the challenge was based off
the
connection.
Compatibility question has been getting a lot of people confused. But we will see where this goes. I'm excited for this last week to finish up. And I'm rooting for you, Trinity. I love you.
I just, as long as they black, woohoo, I'm rooting for everybody black.
I'm rooting for you, Trinity.
And another thing. Dylan and Kenzie's most recent conversation about him still beating a dead horse. Let it go. Let it go. Either leave her alone or let it go. Because this is going to be him in the real world.
And you finally agree with the girls. Because they all
and it goes along with his performative act.
Move on. He got to go. And it's honestly like I want Kenzie to be gone right now, but he got to go.
Yeah.
And Kenzie, you were unfortunately attached to him, but he got to go. And y'all, it's just ridiculous at this point. But the drama's hot. We're going to see.
The drama's hot. We're ready to see America's new Love Island.
And depending on who wins, is gonna determine the attitude of our next video.
Yes. So definitely go watch tonight's newest episode. Let us know what you think of our episode. Click all of those buttons, like, subscribe, share. Leave your comments below. Let us know what you think, opinions, thoughts. We love to hear it all. And we will see you next time. Once again, I'm Kaylee.
I'm Cray.
Who am I? I'm Mia.
And this has been One
Thing in Common.
Bye.